I always love to show you guys a great wall art idea you can do from Dollar Tree. One of the times I was shopping at Dollar Tree, I found these 11 by 14 wood canvases. And if you flip them on the back, they make the perfect frame. And when I saw these, I knew they would make great wall art. Now I want to tell you guys, these were in the Dollar Tree Plus section. So they were $3. I picked up 2 of them. I used the color Golden Oak, which is just kind of one of my medium stains. So I'm going to start off by staining about half of the piece, maybe 2/3. And I put the stain on with a foam brush and I immediately wipe it off with a paper towel. If you want your color to be a little bit richer, a little bit deeper, just let your stain sit on there longer before you wipe it off. I let that stain dry. Then I came in for the next part. One of the cool things about the Dollar Tree Plus section is they are actually selling paint pour paints. That was a lot, but they are awesome. They're $3 and they work so well. I know some of the acrylic paints at Dollar Tree are not the best, but I really love these. Now I have maybe 4 or 5 colors. I'm gonna be getting all of the colors because they're awesome. But what I'm gonna be using for this one is I wanted it to be really dark. I wanted it to have a cool contrast. So I'm mainly gonna be using black. I'm also going to use some silver and white. Now, one of the things I mix in with my paint pour paints, this is kind of optional because I feel like these paints are super runny, but I use it to just kind of make my paint go farther, is a product that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it's called a pouring medium. This is actually not a paint pour. I'm calling this a drip paint project. What you're gonna do is put in a little bit of your pouring medium, then put in whatever paint colors you want. So I'm gonna go in heavy with the black. I'm also gonna put in some silver and then some white. Next, I'm going to sit my paint pours into a container at kind of at an incline. So I found something I could put underneath that would just make it at a slight incline. That way, all of my paint is going to drip that way and I don't have to worry about it getting on my stained area. So once both of the pieces are in there, I'm going to just run the paint along the edge. Now I wanted the paint to be up a little bit higher on one of them and a little bit lower on the other. And so I just made sure I didn't put any paint past that line. Now, after I initially put it in, I made sure that the paint went over to the edge as well as the sides. I also wanted to add in a little bit more white, a little bit more silver, just to give the pieces a little bit more contrast. But that's the cool thing, whenever you pour paint or drip paint, you can continue to add colors until you like it. Now with paint pours, you wanna make sure that you let this sit overnight. And I actually came back in a couple hours later and kind of poured the paint off to the side to make sure I didn't have it pooling at the edges. Now, since this is flat on the back, to hang it on your wall, you're just going to want to use some command strips and hang it on the wall, but I think these look awesome. The pieces only cost me $3 each, and then I had materials that I used with them that I already had on hand. If you're a crafter who loves to DIY, consider joining my Facebook group. It's called Fenwick DIY. We'll put a link to it down in the description box. It's a great community to share your DIYs and get feedback. Now for this next DIY, I actually have a piece from IKEA as well as Dollar Tree. I really haven't done an IKEA DIY video in a long time, so let me know if you guys would like to see that. But IKEA has a lot of different light fixtures that are really affordable that you can use in a bunch of different DIYs. I picked up this wire IKEA lamp shade that I'm gonna use in this next project. I also picked up a clear vase from Dollar Tree. So with my clear vase, I'm gonna spray paint it with 2 coats of a matte black spray paint. Then the cool thing about this vase is it actually fits down into that wire lampshade. So I'm gonna put a little bit of E6000 on the bottom of the vase, and then I'm gonna set it into my lampshade. I'll let that dry completely overnight. Then you can style it as a really cool and funky vase. You can put in any florals that you like. I love all the woodcraft items that you can find at Dollar Tree. In the Dollar Tree Plus section, I found this round tray that I thought was really cute. I also picked up these floral picks. I got 3 of them. I thought this would be a fun combination for a DIY. So I started by adding some painter's tape to the outside of my wood piece because I wanted to make sure I could keep that wood on the outside. Then I placed the wood picks in the middle, trying to get them as flat as possible because I was going to be adding in spray paint. Next, I took the tray outside and I'm gonna be using a blue spray paint. And whenever you're trying to spray paint a stencil, you wanna try to make sure the spray paint just kind of skims over the top. So try not to go at an angle, which is a little tough with this piece because I had to do the edges. And don't overdo it with the spray paint. Just do the amount you need to get the job done and then stop there. So I just put the spray paint over the top and then I let it dry completely. Then I removed the stencils. I always like cross my fingers here to make sure that it looks okay. Next, I removed the tape from the outside. Some of the blue paint did bleed over the side, but to remove that, all you have to do is get a piece of sandpaper and you're just going to sand it down until the paint's removed. That's an easy way to make sure you clean up the edges. Felt like it turned out pretty good. Now I will say where the picks were, those didn't look that great. So I actually took a little bit of spray paint with a foam brush and I just dabbed over where the stems were. I felt like you could only see one of them, so I really didn't need the stems. Now on the bottom, I wanted to add some legs to this tray, and there's a new spring item out. They're these little tiny wood pots that are so adorable, and I thought these are gonna make great legs. So I picked up 2 packs of them and I hot glued 3 of the legs to the bottom of my tray. And here's a look at how the tray turned out. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.